Alright, welcome back, guys. Yesterday we identified these shapes, the three-dimensional shapes, polyhedrons and um, cylinders and whatnot. Today we are going to do the surface area and volume. So surface area is the outside of the shape. It's all the space on the outside. Volume is all the space on the inside. So I have a water bottle here. It's empty, of course, because I drank it. But let me put it in frame. So surface area is everything on the outside. So if I was trying to develop like a label or something, I would determine how much surface area I have for my label that I can cover the entire outside. Whereas the volume is what's on the inside. So it's all the space on the inside. So the volume is how much water it can hold. Okay? So that's the difference. Surface area is outside. What can I wrap around it? How much can I wrap around it? Volume is how much can the bottle actually hold. So this is a key concept that we're going to keep looking back and forward to. These are our formulas. When we do these, it is easy when we follow the formulas. Okay? So we have a formula for a prism. The surface area is the perimeter of the base times the height. That gives me the area of the sides by taking all the perimeters times the height. Because remember, the area of this side is this length times this height. But I'm doing it twice, and that's what the perimeter does. So I'm taking the area of all the sides plus 2 times the area of the base. Big B is area of base. And then the volume is just the area of the base times the height. The rectangular pyramid, so we have 1/2 P, which is the perimeter of the base, times L, which is the slant height. Slant height is L. It's the height from the midpoint of one of the sides of the base all the way to the top of the pyramid. So it is slant height plus the area of the base. And then volume is a little bit easier. It's 1/3 base, the area of the base, times the height of the pyramid, which will tell us, not the slant height, the perpendicular height. Cylinder, we have 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So 2 pi r h gives me the surface area of the cylinder part, whereas the 2 pi r squareds gives me the area of the two bases. Volume, pi r squared h, and so forth. So all we're going to do is we're going to follow these formulas to do these problems. So I'm going to just jump right into it. Find the surface area of the volume of the square pyramid. So the first thing I need to do is I need to determine that this is... Sorry, a lot of rain. I need to determine that this is a pyramid. So I'm going to go back to my page over here and look at pyramid. So it's these formulas. So for surface area, my surface area of a pyramid is 1/2 times the perimeter of the base times the slant height plus the area of the base. And then my volume was 1/3 the area of the base times height. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and plug into my surface area. So I say SA equals 1/3 times, I will show you the perimeter is this here, the perimeter. Well, we know that it is a square, so each one of these sides are 6, right? So the perimeter of a square is 4 times the length. So the perimeter P is 4 times 6. And then we're going to multiply that by the slant height. The slant height is here. The slant height is this guy here, and it's telling me that it's 5 centimeters. So this is times, not minus, times 5 centimeters plus my area of my base, which again, the base is here, but we know that the area of a square is x, the length squared, right? So my area is going to be 6 squared, right? Because the area of a square is length times width, but they're both the same. So length times width, 6 times 6, which is 6 squared. Okay? So now I'm going to just go over here and I'm going to do my math, and we're going to have a great time with it. So 1/3. 4 times 6 is 24 times 5 still, plus 6 squared is 36. I'm going to do the rest in black. So this equals 1/3 times 24 times 5 is, let me pull out the calculator. I think it's 120. But I just want to make sure. It is 120. And then plus 36. I'm just doing order of operations. So 1/3 of 120 means 120 divided by 3. 120 divided by 3 would be... This is where I made a mistake. This is 1/2, guys. Forget it. Remember, our formula says 1/2, and I wrote 1/3. So it's 1/2 of 120, which is 60 plus 36. So make sure that it's easy to make these mistakes. I make them sometimes. So just make sure that you're plugging in the right one. So this is 1/2. So 60 plus 36 is 96. And because it's area, it's centimeters squared. And that's our surface area. Now our volume, and I'm going to write the equation again, 1/3 area of the base times the height. So our volume equals, and I'm going to remember this, 1/3 times the area of the base. Well, we already did the area of the base. Remember, it's a square. So length times width, 6 times 6. 6 squared is 36. And I could put centimeters squared because I already know that. Times the height. Well, the height is 4 centimeters. So what I like to do is 1/3 goes nicely into 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. So we would have 12 centimeters squared times 4 centimeters squared. And 12 times 4 is 48. Sorry. This was not centimeters squared. That was just centimeters. So we have 48 centimeters. But we have squared here and 1 here. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's cubed. Volume is always cubed. So that's that. Let's look at the surface area. Now we have a cylinder. So we would look back at our cylinder. Our cylinder is right here. And these are our two formulas we're going to use. So surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So if you notice, the only things we need to know for surface area of a cylinder is the radius and the height. The radius is 6 feet That's radius, so R, so I'll write that here. R equals 6 feet. And our height is our length here, which is 18 feet. So now we're just going to plug it in. 2 times pi times R is 6 feet, times H, which is 18 feet, plus 2 pi times R again. Ooh, that's a nasty looking pi. Pi times R, which is 6 feet again, squared. And then we're just going to go through and we're going to just simplify now. So 6 times 18, let's see. Pull out the calculator here. 6 times 18. 6 times 18. And then we're also going to multiply it by the 2 times 2. And if you notice, I did not multiply it by pi. I'm going to leave pi. Pi is 3.14. I like to leave it as a with pi in there. So as an exact number, 216 pi feet squared. Plus, now we have 6 squared, which is 36, times 2, which is 72 pi feet squared again. And now I'm going to just add them. So 216 plus 72 is 288 pi feet squared. So that's our surface area. Now we'll do our volume. And when we look at our volume equation, our volume is simply volume equals pi r squared h. So pi times r, which is 6 feet, squared, times h, which is 18 feet, so now we do 6 times 6 is 36, times 18 is 648, and I'm just going to bring the pi down, and then our units feet squared, and then one more feet is feet cubed. And so that's our answer. I like to leave them in terms of pi for exact numbers. You'll thank me later. And then we'll do our last one. So this one is a prism. So surface area equals the perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 times the area of the base. So perimeter of the base, we have 5.2 plus 10 plus 5.2 plus 10, right? So our perimeter equals 2 times 5.2 plus 2 times 10. So our perimeter is going to be 10.4 plus 20, which is 30.4 centimeters. So that's our perimeter. We have our perimeter. Our area of the base, so big B, is going to be length times width, which is 5.2 times 10. Let me clean that up. 5.2 times 10, which is 52 centimeters squared. All right, so those are the two pieces of information we need so far. So surface area equals a perimeter, which is 30.4 centimeters, times h, which is 6 centimeters, plus 2 times the area of the base, but we found the area of the base is 52 centimeters squared. So now we can do this. So 30.4 times 6 is 182.4. 182.4. And notice centimeters times centimeters gives me centimeters squared, plus 2 times 52 is 104. And notice our units are already centimeters squared. And since both are centimeters squared, I can put them together. So I get 286.4 centimeters squared. And that is our surface area. Now volume is even nicer, because volume is just the area of the base, which is big B, times the height. We already have the area of the base and we have the height. So our volume equals 52 centimeters squared, times the height, which is 6 centimeters. So we have 52 times 6, which gives us 312. And our unit is centimeters, 2 centimeters, and then one more, centimeters cubed. So there you go. That's how you find surface area and volume. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.